Hi, my name is Elise Wolf, and I am the Program Manager for Child Services at MGH Aspire. I feel really lucky to have this opportunity to correct a misperception I hear fairly often when it comes to autistic people and individuals with Asperger's. First, said by Stephen Shore, if you've met one person with Asperger's, you've met one person with Asperger's. So I often hear autistic people don't want friends. I heard an analogy that I think offers a really nice alternative to that perspective, and I think corrects it a little bit. In the world, we have jazz musicians and we have classical musicians. Jazz musicians might get together on a Tuesday night and jam. Maybe people play more than one instrument, but the way that they approach the music is to let it flow. It's very free. There isn't necessarily sheet music. We're kind of following along, and we find enjoyment in switching the lead and trying new things and experimenting. Then when we get to a performance, it may or may not sound the same. Classical musicians have a much more structured schedule. We use sheet music that includes everything like dynamics and tempo, even the mood that you might play something. And despite small changes, that hasn't really changed since the music was written maybe 200 or 300 years ago. It's very prescribed, it's very structured. Even where we sit in our symphony formation is designated. What we wear to concerts is very clear. And what we rehearse in our practices translates directly to what it should sound like when we perform at a performance. So if you're a person and you have a preference for music, you might like jazz or classical music better than the other. And that's great. No one could tell you that you're not allowed to like classical music or you're not allowed to like jazz music. So here's the analogy. People socialize in different ways so that they can feel their own personal fulfillment out of social situations and social relationships. Just like jazz musicians and classical musicians treat their art form differently. And we can't really say that one is better than the other. So for autistic individuals, it may be the case that they prefer to socialize like classical musicians. We get together once a week, we have a structure, we have a routine. Other people might prefer to socialize like jazz musicians. Hey, you want to get together Tuesday? Let's go to the movies. Where do you want to go for dinner? I don't know. Both of those approaches to socializing and social relationships could provide equal fulfillment to the people that enjoy to do it that way. So we can't really say that one is better than the other. We can just let people find their social fulfillment in the way that works for them.